What is atherosclerosis? Well, I'm going to cover that today in today's video, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Hey, this is Lance McGowan, the Tropical Smoothie Guy, and we're going to cover what happens when you're inside of your arteries. They're starting to harden and start to build up some plaque. So we want to talk about that because that is going to lead to a lot of other health issues and affect your body's ability to pump blood to where it needs to. So I'm going to cover that in the next section.
Hey, this is Lance, and today we're going to talk about atherosclerosis, and this is a type of arteriosclerosis, and this causes arteries to narrow, weaken, and be less flexible. It's the term for the process of fatty buildup in the inner lining of an artery, and so this buildup that results is called plaque and reduces the amount of blood and oxygen that is delivered to vital organs. And so when you look at this diagram here, you can see this is the intima, so that is kind of the lining there, and then in between there you have the media, and then you have the adventitia. So there's different layers to arteries, which is really interesting, and this is going to be important to note. This is a normal artery wall. Then when you look at what's happening here with a fatty streak, so the fatty streak develops between the intima and the media there, and you can see the blood is flowing through, but it's being slightly constricted here on the back end. And then an unstable plaque develops with fatty core and thin fibrous outer shell. And so as cholesterol in the body builds up, specifically the LDL, it creates plaque deposits here, and it's starting to narrow even more so the amount of blood that's coming through. And this becomes vulnerable plaque for the next picture I'm going to show you, because it starts to now develop a thick fibrous shell here with that plaque. And now the plaque is stable, but you can see the blood flow is definitely restricted there. The problem with this plaque, though, is that it can sometimes rupture into the bloodstream, and you can see a little piece that is breaking off here, and it's actually damaging some of that layer there too, and so that rupture just occurred. And then thrombosis is the clotting of blood, which begins at the site of where it broke off of that rupture. And then what happens is, as blood clots get larger, the amount of blood flowing by it decreases, and you can see how there's some die-off happening, and the blood is definitely being restricted on how much is actually getting through. And then finally, occlusion occurs if the blood clot enlarges to completely block the artery, where all tissues supplied by that artery begin to die below the blockage. And so it's life trying to get through, but because of that blood clot and dead right there, that is the dead red blood cells, it's causing everything beneath that to die off too.
This is a very serious health issue, and as you know, it's really interesting to see the different types of layers that are going on within your arteries. Your body is so complex, but yet so amazing. But the solutions are relatively simple when it comes to diet and lifestyle. Diet and lifestyle is going to address 80 to 90% of the health issues that are going to go on in this area. And so we want to make sure that that's going to be addressed. The liver produces cholesterol. Yes, but when we have excess cholesterol, or specifically LDL, or the bad cholesterol building up in the lining of our arteries, forming plaque, inflammation, breaking off, and causing blood clots, that is not what we want. So we want to reduce that inflammation, get the plaque down to a minimum, or ideally out of the body, and plant-based fiber is going to be one way to do that. And if we're combining plant-based fiber with the things that cause the inflammation and plaque buildup, then that's going to be minimal results. So we want to really do something that's going to be sustainable, addresses the root cause, and natural, and something that really helps you from the inside out, not from something coming in, and trying to address it, whether that be synthetic supplements or synthetic pills or stuff like that. So we want something that is going to address it in the long term, and something that is going to help your arteries heal and help them become clear.